I'm Helen Beale, and we farm here in the Wye Valley in Cherry Orchard Farm Penalt with my father. We've lived here for over 30 years. We've got a farm of 94 acres, and we have a suckler cow unit. We've got a herd of 20 suckler cows, with 6 of them are the pedigree Galloways, and we also have some Hereford Friesian crosses. The Galloways are quite small, black, and very hairy, and the Hereford Friesians are brown and white or black and white. And we cross them all with a pedigree Hereford bull. And we sell the Hereford Friesian cross beef commercially, and the Galloway beef goes into boxes, and we sell direct to the public. With the COVID-19, initially, obviously, like everyone else, we immediately go into working from home. It's kind of like, it's very eerie. You go out and there's nothing, and you go out into the town and it's empty and it's eerie, and it's and the habit of people keeping the 2 metre social distance. When I delivered the beef in May, it was very much, we have to keep 2 metre social distancing. It wasn't quite as sociable as what it has been before, because you can't stand outside for ages, and it's like, right, I'm going to put the box on your doorstep, and then you can pick it up. I did everything by most of it is what I could by backs. I think the traffic down here has got very, very, very quiet, but I have to say, not a lot has changed, really, if that makes sense to us. Life is normal. The cows still need feeding. The welfare of the animals is top priority, and yet you go out into the town and it's like a different world. But what I've noticed here, more than anything, is that less traffic, more birds. A lot of people, we've got permissive access up there, and a lot of people, local people, have now suddenly found out what's on their doorstep. Have people been up there going for a walk, which I know live locally? They live, down in Redbrook. We went up there, and there's a family up there. It's so lovely to see, and I just think, what would they have done normally? The countryside's here for everyone to enjoy. Get good signage up, make sure your stiles and your gates work, and just work with them, because we're all here. We're just farming it for the next generation. We've sat down and looked at how the business needs to work. Obviously, not only have we had this, we've also got Brexit coming up, and the agriculture bill and how Wales might interpret that. And business planning for any farm is something that needs to be done regularly. You have to change with the markets. You have to see what works, what doesn't. Every farm is different, and it just goes to show how people work with local communities. Our local village website, I looked earlier on, suddenly got 28 different local businesses operating takeaways or foods, supply, deliveries. For me, that was really encouraging and really nice. What makes the Wye Valley is all these small local businesses, and that makes the communities. I think 75% of the businesses we support are within 25 miles of the farm, and over 50% of those are either in or on the outskirts of the AONB. You add up all everything else and how many businesses they support, and you've suddenly got a huge web of economics. As I said, I think we will be moving to a definitely more pasture-based, more Galloways, and more probably environmental. We like to work environmentally anyway. I mean, I've had a perfect example with my day job, that because I work in England, it's not such a case in Wales, that when they lifted the lockdown 3 weeks ago, when you could go everywhere, people have inundated the rural countryside, and they get in there and there's no shop, no cafe, no hotel, and no public toilet, because you can't get them COVID compliant, for want of a better word. And the 2 metre social distancing is going to stay for a lot longer, I think. And I'm always being told we are now in the new normal, whatever that might be. I think the working from home, that I can't see us going back to work anytime much before September. And even then, they suddenly realised that actually everyone suddenly got their sort of their conferencing calls, and actually, do we need to have a site meeting? Do you need to go out? Do you actually need to go out in your car and see somebody? Because I'm not quite sure you do anymore. I say the market's a prime example. They left here in a lorry. The markets were operating buyers only, so you couldn't go down and see your cattle sold, which I did find quite difficult, because you like to see that. But what harm came? They left here in a lorry, and then I got a cheque through the post. Well, I didn't even have to leave it. For some farmers, that is a very important part of their week. Going down the social side of it, having a cooked breakfast, and talking, and the importance of that social interaction and learning. If you're not careful, you lose what's going on. You go down and see, oh well, I got this from my stock, and you find little avenues as well, which I think and bear in mind the agricultural community can be a bit behind in technology and things like that. I think that's where there can be improvements made. Well, as we move forward and we increase our supply, we are on Facebook. We are under Cherry Orchard Farm Galloways. We also have a website, which is cherryorchardfarm.net. They're the two best places to keep updates. I put updates on once I've got the next animal ready, and we put beef in local raffles and things. So keep an eye out, because you might win some.